Hi Dina, Daphne here. Thank you for sending in your final essays for correction. You've been working so hard through this course. I'm really impressed by the progress that you're making and your commitment. You've done really, really well. Ben and I were talking this morning and just saying that the best way to do well in this exam is practice and get the feedback, and then you can improve, and you're really, really doing well. So here we've got a process diagram. The diagram shows stages by which 5 types of tea are produced overall. So capital letter here for overall, but you don't need a capital letter for there for tea. Okay? Overall, fresh tea leaves undergo 4 different pathways to become 4 different kinds of tea. Then, by adding extra herbs, each of them can turn into scented tea. Now they can't all, I think actually only some of them can, because you can only get the black. Yeah, you don't get the white you don't get the white. So here, just to be really accurate, here I would say rather than each of them, so some of them can be turned into scented tea. Good. Generally, the first and last steps are the same for all pathways. Good. Really, really nice. Instead of repeating pathways, which is a good word, I would use stages or steps. Oh, you've got steps. Stages or phases is quite a nice one, because sometimes we're just looking for more vocabulary, aren't we? So maybe just make a note of those. Sorting and cleaning fresh leaves is the common stage of all 4 different processes. Good. Maybe you could say the common or the, okay, I was going to say the starting phase, but then sorting and cleaning, yeah. The next step, except for white, is withering. After that, to produce oolong, the withered leaves get shaken. Now, yes, you're trying to use a passive, but don't use get. Use the proper passive, so which is are shaken. So use the verb to be rather than the verb to get. So are shaken and rolled in a basket until the edges become bruised. Consequently, now, rather than consequently, yes, you can have consequently with a capital letter, but what I'd subsequently is when you're talking about things in a process. Consequently is as a result of this, something else happens. And it's kind of the same, but also not kind. So here, I think for the task 1 process, subsequently is a useful word. Subsequently, by short fermentation or following maybe rather than by. Short fermentation, pan frying, and then drying, oolong tea is ready rather than gets ready. Again, watch out that verb get is a bit too informal. Is ready. Is a bit too informal for this sort of writing. If after withering the leaves are rolled, so if, comma, after withering, comma, the leaves then again are rolled into strings or cut, so get rid of that, so are rolled into strings or cut, gongfu or broken black tea respectively are produced. So just watch this verb get. Okay, really, but I love the structure. It's very neat and very high level. I really, really like that. Green tea, yep, can be made, produced by either rolling, shaping or drying with or without added jasmine. Lovely. Each of the final products may become or may undergo. Let's, instead of just having the passive here, so may be would be your passive, or maybe you could have may undergo, and then you have to drying and scenting. You could do it that way, which just provides you with a bit of variety. Either drying and scented, either before becoming cooled. So you'd want becoming cooled to make scented tea. Flourish. Flowers. Floral. Floral is the one you want. Flourish is it's a lovely word, but not the right word there. So if you finish a party with a flourish, then you'd have something very dramatic at the end of it. Flourish is like something very dramatic. So here you want floral before becoming cool to make scented tea. Very good response there. I really like that. So your grammar is excellent in that. Watch out for the passives though. And then you've got these words for describing stages. So after that, subsequently, finally is a good one we could put in here. Or the final stage is that these sort of things just to guide the examiner through. Really, really good there. Impressed with that one. So local governments, let's just come down the page. Local governments are pushing companies to move from large cities to regional locations, benefits and drawbacks, and reasons. So explain and then examples. So companies, watch out with capital letters. These are super important. Companies, so many, a significant amount. It's not every company, careful. Of companies, and then it will be small letter there, are relocating from major cities to regional areas under the pressure of authorities. Okay. Although for the cities, it is a beneficial change. So rather than it is, you could put it could be. So it's very important in academic writing to make a suggestion. We can't prove this for a fact, but we're saying it could be, mostly due to lessening environmental problems, some negative impacts, including, and then you're going to tell me what, could be contributing to this decision. Yeah? Contribute could be it's not contributed. Sorry, could be attributed. Yeah. Attributed to this. So that means caused by. So caused by, attributed, rather than contributed, which is adding to. Slightly different prefix on the front there. Lovely intro. You might have this essay. Discuss these key issues. Using examples from. Remember? I think it's quite nice to have this sentence in here just to introduce me, to guide me into your essay. So since industrial units are one of the main sources of different types of pollution, reducing their number may ameliorate these negative effects. Okay, now you haven't told me what these negative effects are. You've mentioned environmental problems, so I would say the negative effects of pollution in cities. I think you have to explain what you mean here. Side products of some companies, such as exhaust fumes and untreated effluent, could pose a great risk to cities' environment. Good. Additionally, air pollution is a significant issue, and then full stop. So, and additionally, so join this together because that's very short, that sentence there. The lower the number of companies, the less of the threat to citizens' health. Good. Proven to effectiveness at the moment is Tokyo. Proven to its effectiveness, I think you'd have to have. Nice. Proven to be, I mean, the most natural would be proven to be effective. So, to me, if you're going to start with that, then you should have this proven to be effective at this moment is Tokyo, comma here, because you're going into relative clause, which solved its air pollution issue to a great extent by relocating factories far from the city. The new location will get modernized as well, providing we people more prosperity. Okay, here, the upside of this trend is that the new location will become modernized. So again, become, like you did in your task 1, modernized, providing people more prosperity and elevating their quality of life. Good. For me, you need this little sentence here to introduce this bit. On top of that, process of migration to urban areas, mostly for the purpose of seeking a job, may become again prevented by them getting employed in moved companies. Migration. I'm not sure what you mean here. I'm with you in this bit, mostly for the purpose of your job. Because you're telling me the good things for moving. Okay, sorry, not sure about that sentence, but you will probably understand it. Maybe write me the correction on that one so I can try and understand that as well. Otherwise, very nice paragraph. It reads very well and very on point. You're absolutely answering the right question. On the other hand, though, providing facilities for staff and introducing new problems to outskirts and suburbs, yes, will accompany this policy. Good. A great number of employees may not alter their living place and move with the company, leaves them no choice but to spend. Excellent grammar, really, really nice, but you need the infinitive there. But to spend long hours commuting. This situation may cost them, comma in here, not only their time, but also financially. Really good. The resultant fatigue could, so just mix up can, could, just alternate these, might, may, even have a negative impact, or negative impacts, let's go plural, on the firm's efficiency. From a different angle, this strategy may hold potential harms for the new location as well. May hold potential harms for the new location as well. A rising number, so A, rising number of dwellers and the resultant growth of the area may turn it into a conurbation, suffering, and bring, let's get back to the pollution, new pollution problems. So by doing this, we could link it quite nicely back to your first paragraph. But I love this. So far, it's a very, very good bit of writing. Karaj, as an example, used to be a pleasant place to live near the capital of Tehran, although decades after many factories were established. This either. The citizens have had to struggle with many pressing issues. Okay. So just change that tense in there. Present perfect, have had to struggle. Really good, super good paragraph. Generally, okay, here you can put your opinion. I believe that. The policy of relocating companies, because would bring, I do sort of hypothetical, would bring more peace and health to large cities. Get back to your point in diluting or even solving dangerous environment or dangerous air quality issues. Keep taking me back to your point, so your conclusion goes back to your main idea. It just links it all together. Nevertheless, some difficulty and new location may happen. Absolutely. Super essay. Really complex writing here, but this is very, very good, Dina. I really like it. A few little things to work on and hope that is helpful for you, but very good. The coherence is lovely. Okay, this crazy line graph, I really like this picture because there's just no pattern, but there are a few things to say, but it is just a little bit of a sort of wild diagram, isn't it? So the line graph refers to about rainfall in 3 different parts of Great Britain. Yeah, generally, England had rain in all months, whereas, so use these, I'm going to, okay. Oh, you've got while, I just saw that capital letter. Wales fluctuated in a wide range, while in Scotland, comma, changes were very slight for most of the year. Lovely. England experienced rainfall, you don't need A, between almost 70 and 130 during the year. In contrast, so use these connecting phrases because this is going to get you marks for your coherence. In contrast, Wales, capital letter. Witness, I need to get a verb in there. The maximum rain, which happened. So I have just changed your structure, which happened in April at 140 after a sharp rise from the baseline in February. Good. In for the months of the year. From April forward, the rain level, or another word for this is precipitation. It's a very specific word, not very useful, but useful for this. Fluctuated between 50 and 100. Nice. Scotland showed So past tense here, because it was in the past. A stable pattern containing less highs and lows. Good. Less highs and lows, or less variation. After March, comma there, and capital letter for March, with less than 50, rain, or the level of rain, or rainfall, increased gradually to reach a peak. Yeah, and then before, either before slowly decreasing, ing, or then slowly decreased, past tense. Sorry, that shouldn't be, that should be a one of those, not one of those. Sorry, let me make it for you. Decreasing pattern happened before it hit the second peak in October. Yes, nice, good, good. December was the month when it rained the least in Scotland, while the most rained the least in Scotland, rather than while, you want however, different connecting word there. However, the most in it, however, comma, the most in England. Moreover, it rained before April and after November, less than the period between these 2 months. Good. Generally, England had a more stable range of rain, never falling below 50, in contrast to Wales, which was the only area that experienced a rain level of almost 0 in February. Wow, you're good at this. You are really, really good at this. This is a very confident answer, and what I love is that you are not just telling me the pattern, you're making it interesting, which is skillful, and you're picking out the main data, the main points. Obviously, you're grouping it together and you're contrasting. So congratulations on that one. 3 really good tasks. I don't know when your exam is, Dina, but if you like to keep on working, keep on practicing, you are able to access essay pack, a 9 essay pack at a good discount price. And so have a look at that. Otherwise, because it'll be lovely to keep going with you. Otherwise, really, really good luck. Take care.